Right, welcome back to another Breakfast with TNC. As you can see here, we've got a Breakfast with TNC cake. Now this was given to us by James from Hemsby Beach Cafe, which we'll go into very shortly. So, hello bud, how are you mate? We've got a lot of cake here that I'm not going to be able to eat, and probably, do you want the cake bud? Me and Mum, I'm going to be able to eat this, and it is a very large cake. So let's cut into it and let's take some down for them. I haven't actually seen what cake is inside. How big should I cut the slices? Like that?
Yeah, I just thought so.
Like that.
Or what you could do is cut half and then they cut the portions when they get it.
Well, that is very intelligent. Let's have a look what cake it is first of all. How do I get that out of there? No, I can't do it.
Yeah. Maybe lay it on the
top. Oh,
top.
it's a Victoria sponge. Well, look at that.
Oh, Jack's favourite.
Oh, not bad. Alright, let's get going. That is half of the cake. Just for context, let's put, what's this called?
Spatula?
Big old spatula. That's a big old spatula, and it is the size of the cake. Wow.
Look at Buddy.
Right guys, back again, Hemsby Beach Cafe for another episode of Breakfast with TNC, and a lot has happened since the last episode. We haven't filmed one of these for a week. It's good to be back. The athletic breakfast on the show once again. We've gone for the old favourite, the bacon roll, which they heat the rolls up here. I like that style. It means it keeps the heat for longer. And also, we've got the Breakfast with TNC cake. Now, I haven't actually tasted this yet. So let's see. I'm a big Victoria Sponge fan, so I've got high expectations here. And that is delightfully moist. It's beautiful. The jam is just on point. The buttercream is lovely. Anyway, we've got some decent publications here, actually. Publications today. 442 season preview, which I've written a bit in. They asked me to do the Norwich section. Let's have a look what I said. Now, this was written a long while ago, so I can't actually remember. So, 442 have predicted that we will finish first. That doesn't happen very often. They're confident. They've said the key player is Alex Pritchard. I'd say when he's fit, they're probably right on there. Let's see what I wrote. So I put, the best away ground is Burton. I'll stick with that. I like Burton away. The opposition player I secretly admire is Britta Sombalonga. Yeah, possibly when he's fit. He's a good goal scorer. Really, really like Sessegnon at Fulham. I think him in Norwich would be brilliant. So I think I'll change that to Sessegnon at Fulham. I put the player I'd happily drive to another club is Stephen Naismith. I disagree with that because he's actually in the plans now, which is a good thing. I said one change I'd like to make at our club is to expand the stadium. I stick with that. I think we could easily sell 30,000 tickets down at Norwich. Best away fans I put at Leeds. Could agree with that. I think they took like 5,000 to Bolton yesterday, which was unbelievable. I said this season we'll finish second. I disagree with that. I think we'll finish first. And I said the biggest impact signing is going to be Angus Gunn. Yeah, I'll stick with that as well, actually. I think Angus Gunn could prove an instrumental part to the way we play football this season. Let's have a look at the EDP back page then. And they've gone with the picture, of course they've gone with the picture of Daniel Farke kissing Nelson Oliveira's head after that slightly infamous celebration you could see. Daniel Farke says, "This is only the start," insists Daniel Farke. Canaries hit back at the Cottage to delight new head coach and City fans. So that's absolutely brilliant. And then on the back of the evening news, which is released in the morning, I never quite understand that. Positive signs from Farke's start. They've gone with Christoph Zimmermann, who not only had a fantastic pre-season, but started, I'd probably say was the man of the match at Craven Cottage. He was absolutely wonderful at Craven Cottage, and he is going to be a big part this season. That is for sure. Now, me and Matt were discussing on the way here, who have we signed in the past week? We were trying to think, and I think we've come up with Tom Tribal, who signed on Friday, and then Marco Stipperman, who signed yesterday. So let's start off then with Marco Stipperman. I think that is how you pronounce his name. He's now our 9th signing of the transfer window, which I can't remember a transfer window this busy in recent history, certainly in my lifetime. So Stipperman, 26-year-old, came through the ranks at Borussia Dortmund, made his Bundesliga debut in 2009. So what's that, 8 years ago? So he made his debut at 18. That's quite impressive. Now this man is an interesting one. So a lot of reports were saying he's an attacking midfielder. He then said he can play pretty much as a defensive midfielder. Daniel Farke then added that he can play as a left back. So So this man can pretty much play anyway. He'll probably be playing up top on Tuesday night when we take on Swindon. Daniel Farker said Marco is an all-rounder and a very creative guy. He started his career as a number 10, but last season played a holding midfielder and at left back. He will give us many options, and it is a good age, so it will help to us improve. And once again, this is another signing who just fits in with that Norwich ethos. We need versatile players. We saw last season we had a lot of players very good in their individual positions. But for example, the number 10 was so populated last season. We had a few strikers who couldn't get in because they couldn't play anywhere else. Stiepermann, if he can't get in the number 10, we can play him in the defensive midfield. If he can't get in there, I'm sure we'll need a left back, which is absolutely fantastic. So a very versatile player in Stiepermann. The other player who we've signed is Tom Tribal. Now, this is a slightly strange one because he's 24 years old, played at Den Haag last season where he made 23 Eredivisie appearances, which is pretty decent. But we've only signed him on a one-year deal, which kind of says to me we aren't too sure about him, which I guess is positive. It's a low-risk signing. I'm sure there's some kind of clause in there that says if he does well, there's, I don't know, a 2-year add-on or something like that. So Tom Tribal, another midfielder. Do we need this many midfielders? I don't know. I suppose you've got Alex Tete, who's not going to play too many games this season, and then Vrancic and Harrison Reed are going to be the two big ones. But I could already tell on Saturday that that role is going to be so demanding that Reed or Vrancic are probably not going to be able to play every game. So if you've got a Tom Tribal in there, he'll probably play the cup games. He'll probably play some of the home games. That's positive. And as well as that, you've got Stiepermann also. So let's now look forward to tomorrow. It's Swindon at home. Who's going to be playing that? I'm really not too sure, to be honest. I'm not too sure. I mean, a lot of the youngsters who progressed into the senior team are now injured. You look at Jamal Lewis, Harry Toffolo, they're injured. Maybe one of our new strikers. You might see Phillips in there, re-signed from Liverpool. But I think tomorrow is going to be a really nice chance to once again just tinker with this formation a little bit, because it was obvious that we weren't too sure what we were going with on Saturday, but at the same time we adapted quick enough in a way that we didn't sort of lose out. That 5 at the back I think will work nicely at home, but in away games, especially against teams like Fulham who use a lot of width, it didn't quite work. So it's going to be interesting to see that. I think it'll be nice to see Wildschut try and play in that defensive role once again. It's not going to be as demanding on him as it was at Fulham, but I think if we can change him into that right wing back, he'll bring us a lot of value this season, especially with Pinto still injured and Russell Martin probably not up to playing at right back. So that is all of your news. I fully expect there to be another couple of signings before the transfer window slams shut. I think we probably need another centre-back, and then maybe another striker. Probably happy with the work we've done. Onwards to Swindon, onwards to Sunday when we play Sunderland. All good. See you later.
Trying to tell anybody how to live. My only advice is to love and forgive. Everybody born in this world has a gift.